The calm of the school shatters with a furious roar. On screen, a once gentle Minji now rages at her father, Manager Kim, like a cornered beast, her words dripping with humiliation and rage. In her eyes, her father isn't a protector, just a pathetic manager. The source of this shame, the first massive crack in their world, is just beginning. The truth is always the first casualty in a fight. The camera shows Minji's leg clamped by an adult's powerful grip, her entire body coiled in resistance. Her desperate plea, "She hit me first," is a weak excuse to the ears of power. In this game, the why doesn't matter, only the result and who can make the consequences disappear. The gates of privilege are kicked right open. The furious Chable stormed the school, grabbing his daughter while fixing a deadly glare on everyone else. His demands were a sentence, not a complaint, a committee, a permanent record. His message, "Cross my family, and your child's future is forfeit." The class hammer has come down. The school's pressure becomes a vice. The principal coolly lays out the charges. This is the third time Minji fought Hyori, and there were severe injuries. That loaded phrase transforms a schoolyard scrap into a victim advocacy case. Manager Kim feels it. The trap is being meticulously set around his daughter. Before the storm, the air changes. Whispers in the hallway. Minji's father is a big name. Rumors say he's dipping into politics. The next shot is of Chairman Ju's predatory stare. An influential construction tycoon with political ties? Suddenly, the school's cautious stance makes dark sense. This is no longer a student fight. It's class warfare, and they've just become its first unwilling casualties. Kim Taeyong, who was just bowing and scraping in an apology at work moments ago, returned home to face the volcanic rage of his daughter, Minji. In her eyes, this man who only knew how to kowtow to the Chables didn't deserve to be a father. Every word was a blade, cutting deeper into this former special agent than any bullet could. Minji's words were a sucker punch, shattering the last bit of Kim's paternal dignity. "Why did you even give birth to me?" All the reasons he had for bowing his head at work, for enduring life, died in his throat. To a child, the safest home had become the iciest prison. Watching his daughter's resolute back as she walked away, Kim still tried to mend the rift with the most hollow apology. "I'm so sorry." The words were choked back by the cold street wind and his own sense of powerlessness. No sunset, however brilliant, could illuminate the abyss that had opened between this father and daughter. And just as Kim's heart was turning to dust, the real devil had already taken the stage. The rich girl who played the victim in the school conflict had torn off her mask. See her walking down the street, unflappable, each step a melody of elegance and ice. Her prey? She already had a list, and the first name on it was that girl who dared to cross her, Minji. Kim Taeyang's world had completely crumbled. His daughter's cold, dismissive words still echoed in his ears. "I don't want to eat, I don't want to go to school, and I don't want a gutless dad." The former Agent 66, once the stuff of his enemies' nightmares, stood on the street, defined by his daughter's contempt as a complete failure. And he had no idea that a hunting order for his only remaining treasure, his daughter, had just been issued in the digital underworld. The conflict has already spilled far beyond the schoolyard. On the street, Mincheol O and his KK gang show their true colors. A desperate call for help ends up on the wrong line, intercepted by a top predator. On the other end, a cold, arrogant female voice, the chairman's daughter, issues a direct cleanup order. The target? The girl who dared cross her, Minji. Just make her disappear. The chilling simplicity of that command is enough to shatter a family. Meanwhile, Manager Kim, just finished a call about his missing daughter, feels every paternal instinct screaming at him. His daughter's words are a blade to the heart. Everyone else's fathers are congressmen or chairmen. And you? A company manager? Anger, resentment, and despair twist Minji's face as she questions why she was born at a disadvantage. Across from her, her father, Manager Kim, wears a mask of helplessness, his face slick with anxious sweat. All his sacrifices, all his efforts to build a normal life, mean nothing in her eyes. The facade of their peaceful family is crumbling from the inside out. Self-loathing consumes him. "I feel so pathetic. Why did you even have me if life was going to be like this? Maybe someone so incompetent shouldn't have had me." Each thought is venom. The scene freezes on his hand, clutching a suitcase handle. This is Manager Kim, a normal father crushed by life's pressures, moments before leaving home, unaware that the gates of hell are about to swing wide open just for him. The ominous dread finds its proof. On this indifferent street, something shifts in Kim's eyes. He's found it, a familiar hair tie on the ground. Minji's. Fear instantly crystallizes into a cold, hard weight in his gut. Then he crosses paths with the street scum. They recognize the manager, mocking and insulting him. But the man standing before them now isn't Manager Kim. The eyes of Agent 66 have just snapped open. The hunt is on. Kim's investigation zeroes in on the KK gang's boss, Min Cheol. What he finds is the ugliest of traits. A father drowning in debt is being threatened with his own daughter's organs as collateral. This chilling exchange illuminates the horrifying nightmare Minji might be trapped in. In this moment, Kim ceases to be just a father searching for his daughter. He's become a predator, stalking the dark trail towards the bloody, beating heart of the truth. The interrogation begins. The mild Manager Kim is gone, replaced by number 66, the black operative. The captured gangster tries to lie, denies knowing anything about Minji. But that fear in his eyes betrays him. He's not facing an ordinary office worker. Kim applies pressure with a chilling calmness that's more terrifying than any scream. This ordinary room becomes his interrogation chamber. See, this isn't student drama anymore. The Chable daughters' crew called in real gangsters. The blonde girls all bark. What are you looking at, bitch? And Minji? She doesn't back down. With a cold comeback, she fires back. Big mistake. That one line ignites the fuse, and a vicious slap lands on her face. The point of no return. The real beating starts. The men just stand there, cheering catfight, like it's a show. The tattooed muscle guy, Miho, sees his chance to be the hero for his crush. He wades in, fists flying. Think I won't hit a girl? You dare touch my girl? Against that sheer violence and numbers, a lone high school girl doesn't stand a chance. She's pummeled into the ground. This is the overture to the kidnapping and the start of Kim's hell. New lead. Kim follows the trail straight to a hideout of Min Cheol's crew. A simple delivery guy disguise gets him through the door. The moment it opens, chaos. They rush him. But these street thugs are like children against a former Black Ops agent. Kim dismantles them in seconds. The room is cleared. One tries the window escape route. Kim anticipated it. He'd already set a wire trap downstairs. The guy lands, tries to run, and BM face plants onto the concrete. Escape? Denied. Kim walks over, picks him up like a piece of trash. The next round of questioning begins. This runner will be the key to finding Min Cheol himself. Minji is cornered at school. The thug leading the pack is absolutely seething, gripping her hair and demanding to know what she said. That's not a schoolyard scrap. It's a powder keg about to blow. All hell breaks loose. 3 of them are beating someone senseless. Someone shouts she's going to get killed. Shouldn't we stop him? But it's too late. A roar cuts through the chaos. Minji charges in like a golden lioness, tearing through the mess. And here she comes. The chairman's daughter steps into the ring herself. A brutal wham is her introduction, followed by a string of curses. This isn't just a cat fight. This is the violence of their father's power struggle, passed down to their kids. Look at that redhead's face, pure terror. 1 second she's sneering, H-E-Y, Minji Kim. The next she's shattered by a punch dyed in blood. The more you mock, the worse you look when fear takes over. That tap probably knocked out her father's reputation too. But this schoolyard chaos is just a symptom of the real storm. The true judgment is about to be handed down. Manager Kim has already squeezed the truth from the underlings. And when he confronts the gang leader, expecting a fight, the punk has the audacity to hide behind. I'm a protected minor. In that instant, every single ounce of paternal rage, every shred of agony from parents who lost their kids, completely incinerates the last restraint called the law. The pathetic shield of juvenile law is the greatest insult to a father's ears. When the system protects the predator, the hunted becomes the hunter. And the rules of the game change forever. Time for a different kind of judgment. The cold steel of the enemy's own gun marks the final line. Kim Tae-young is gone. Agent 66 has fully awakened. His sights are set on the ghost who thought he could hide behind the law. The thunderous crack of a gunshot shatters more than just flesh. It's an execution in every sense of the word. Citizen Kim Tae-young died the moment his daughter was taken. What rises now is a demon forged in vengeance. He drops the gun beside the writhing Min Cheol like trash. You're breathing for one reason, he grinds out. To prove my daughter is alive. For every single one of you who touched her, I'm coming to collect. The true abyss is always found in an unexpected place. Scrolling through O's phone, the final piece clicks into place. A text message. The girl in conflict with Chairman Ju's daughter, confirmed deceased. A few words, and all the fury, all the carnage, has a new, ultimate target, Gang Chanju. A blonde socialite in a black jacket, leading with nothing but her tycoon father's name, is on the phone demanding cleaners for a job. Who is on the other end of that call? This phone call is the very first spark that ignites the inferno of vengeance. Cut to the other side. Our man, Manager Kim, sits alone in his kitchen, eating a quiet meal. The clock on the wall ticks in the background. This is the final moment of calm before the storm. Unbeknownst to him, the gears of his daughter's fate began their violent, irreversible turn the moment that call was made. It's the dead of night. A black car is packed, and they're waiting. The socialite is late. The driver stomps the gas, the engine roaring in frustration. Look at the crew inside. Every single face screams trouble. This isn't a pickup, this is a deployment. The guy in a leopard print in the back already looks like he's about to crack. What are they all waiting for? Finally, the meetup. The driver confirms her identity, Gang Chan Ju's daughter. He says they don't usually handle things like this, but for the chairman's daughter, they'll make an exception. Is that flattery? No, that's a chilling warning wrapped in courtesy. It means whatever they're about to do is deep in the danger zone. This arrangement was a deal with the devil from the very first word. So what's the price of this exception? Look closely. The socialite is squeezed between two mountains of muscle, stammering with fear, begging them just do a good job, don't get seen. And right next to her, a guy with a gold-toothed grin and a chilling smile tosses out a casual "don't worry so much." The air in this car is thick with unspoken violence. You didn't hire muscle, princess. You just unleashed a monster. Late-night business? Think again. Inside this car, the real topic isn't trade. It's disposal. The boss, with his flashy gold tooth and leopard print, is explaining the grisly details. The technology? A machine that makes people vanish. Once we send something like this to Japan, they can make someone disappear without a trace. A nervous subordinate fumbles the name. That gizmo. Compassion Tech. The boss, amused, corrects him. Compression. This isn't a deal. It's a death sentence being planned. Scene cut. A white car by the curb. The vibe here is pure horror. This scar-faced man isn't hiding his glee. He describes the machine's operation like a demented craftsman. Once they put a body in, it trembles with a whir, and then it comes out about yay big. The blonde woman beside him looks like she's seen a ghost. Pure terror. His closing words seal the deal. Long live the modern world. He's celebrating obliteration as if it's progress. This is monstrous. There it is. The moment we feared. Emerging from the gloom, the worst-case scenario unfolds. The missing daughter is discarded from a vehicle, crumpled and vulnerable on the ground. From above, a voice oozes with finality. Now, why don't our esteemed guests get out here? From here on, we're the only ones allowed to pass. And the last line removes all doubt. I'll personally send a bill to Mr. Ju. This isn't a random crime. It's a sanctioned cleanup, and the target is the father who has no idea his nightmare is just beginning. 3:17 a.m. The kitchen clock ticks on in the heavy silence. This is no sanctuary anymore. Manager Kim, the father, is slumped over the table, his body twitching even in exhaustion. This isn't sleep. It's collapse. On the same table where they might have shared a meal just days ago, he's forced into a restless unconsciousness. Every tick of that clock is a second stolen from his daughter. For him to be anywhere but out searching feels like the ultimate failure. The hunt hasn't begun, it's torment. The false dawn arrives, but for him, the true darkness is settling in. He tries to force down a meal to fuel up. But the moment the spoon touches his lips, his body rebels with a violent UGH and a jolt. This visceral rejection says it all. The very act of nourishing himself feels like a betrayal. He wipes his mouth mechanically, eyes vacant as he stares at the cold food. This isn't sustenance. It's an exercise in futility. Manager Kim, the mild-mannered salaryman, is gone. What's left is a predator forced into hibernation, and his patience is about to run out. As dusk settles over the city, marking the end of another ordinary day, Kim Taeyong, a father, a manager, a man defined by routine, finishes preparing a simple dinner. The warmth of the kitchen will soon be a distant memory. He straightens his tie, the leather of his dress shoes making a sharp, definitive sound against the floor. That sound isn't a commute home. It's the first chilling footstep on a path that leads straight into the abyss. A crowd gathers on the street, whispers spreading like a virus. What happened? Is that blood? That doesn't look human. Kim Taeyong approaches, still holding his briefcase, but the civilian in him is already receding. The predator's senses stirring. Every hushed word about violence, every hint of blood in the air, isn't just gossip, it's potential intelligence. It's a direct line to the nightmare haunting a father's heart. The grimy back alley holds its secrets in damp stains and rusted pipes. For normal people, the only sensible reaction is to leave. Should we call the police? Someone already did. Let's just go. But Kim doesn't move. He stands back, observing. Violence. Early in the morning, a messy scene. His analytical mind, honed in darker places, kicks in. That look on his face isn't shock or fear. It's cold, calculating focus. The storm is gathering behind his glasses. A single purple hair tie, lying on the pavement, it's just lost property to anyone else. But for Kim Taeyong, that splash of color hits like a physical blow. He knows it. He recognizes it. In a devastating flash, his memory superimposes his daughter Minji's terrified face over the object. The first concrete clue. His hand is steady as he pulls out his phone, dialing a number. Hello? Is this Hyeyong? The line connects, but the response from Minji's friend, it's a deafening, damning silence. Hi, I'm Minji's dad. Was my daughter with you last night by any chance? He already knows the answer he won't get to hear. The final, crushing beep of a hanging-up call echoes. All hope, all denial evaporates in that instant. Kim Taeyong, the manager, the father, lowers the phone. And in his place stands a man with a different name, a different set of skills. The man they used to call simply 66. The city sleeps, but some never do. Look at those eyes, burning with an inhuman intensity. Codename 66-Foot is back online, his silence on the radio louder than any battle cry. In the back alley, two thugs try to steady their nerves. Nothing's gonna happen, right? She tries to convince herself. Her partner scoffs. Relax. Her old man's total garbage. Oh, you sweet summer child. You just don't know what's coming. Excuse me, may I ask you a question? That's not a question, it's a death sentence. When a man with the red question mark reveals himself as Minji's father, the thug's faces shatter with pure, unadulterated terror. Too late to run now. Boom. Kim's on him in a flash. Grabbing him by the collar, the thug shrieks, "You scared the hell out of me, old man." But Kim isn't even listening to him. His instincts scream. There's movement. His eyes snap to the side. Alert. Cut to an interrogation. The blonde woman is shaking uncontrollably, drenched in cold sweat. The guy in charge snarls through gritted teeth. We don't know any Minji. Can't help. Lined his face. Bad move. For them.